Thought we'd do some diving with the dog today. And it might seem kind of lame going for a walk with my dog and dumpster diving. But actually, if you look at my dumpster diving with my dog playlist, I'll link it up down there in the description. Actually, when I take my dog out, we find some very nice stuff. Here's some stuff I found with her a while back that I never showed. A little gutter, telescoping gutter blaster. Not a cheap item, I'm sure. It's perfectly functional, it would appear. And these are both sprinklers. It's a nice little sprinkler. Nice brass piece on top. And this one, a little dragonfly. It's also a sprinkler. It's got holes around the top. I'm pretty sure it's some sort of water deal. Could be wrong.
It's all copper.
I don't know if you can see those holes around the top. Neat little galvanized pitcher. I've never seen one with a handle quite like that before. That's actually a wicker handle. Wicker around there. And just a chunky little sprinkler holder. Nothing special, but stuff like this and that gutter blaster. I mean, I want to just take it to the scrap yard, but I have a hard time scrapping that kind of stuff. But I really don't have a use for it, and I don't know what I'm going to do with it. But there's no telling what we might find. So let's go see what we can find. First, I need to take care of some of this mess. Collect these low value items like this for a project one day. That's how hoarderism starts. So I do this kind of stuff frequently. These monitors and keyboards and stuff, they're basically worthless for scrap metal. I just end up having a bunch of stuff sitting around. Turns into a mess. I suppose I could put them over here though, actually, in case some other scrapper of some sort wants to come along and have them. It's not doing any good just sitting around here. So yeah, that's how, I'm pretty sure that's how hoarders get started. They think to themselves, oh, I'll save all this stuff for a project one day. And then they move on to some other thing and say, oh, I'll make a project out of this one day, and make a project out of this one day, and out of that stuff I'll make another project, and then before you know it, you got just a bunch of crap. I could scrap these out, but there's very little scrap metal in there. I mean, if I had a scrap yard where I could take those and sell them as e-waste or something, I would do that. But all the scrap yards around here, they don't accept those screens. So you gotta take the screen out, and it just takes forever to sit down and do that. I mean, you can do it fairly quick, but there's a couple dollars there altogether in scrap. So, and the newer they get, the worse it is. The real new ones are just, I mean, basically have no scrap value. Alright. I like this Michigan chair. I've had this thing sitting out here. You know, I'm gonna take the aluminum off of it one of these days. But it's just been sitting here. Keep thinking I'll do it one day. Well, sometimes you just need to get rid of stuff. If you don't want to throw it in the garbage, you can put it on the curb. And actually, I see a bed frame in here. Or part of a bed frame anyway. I'll just put that over there too. Someone might come along and take the whole load. Good dog. Oh, who's the happy dog? It's always a welcome sight. Not bad. Come on, babe. Come on. Come on. Some old dirty, worn out Jordans. Too bad those weren't a little nicer. There we go, it's a little something. I don't want to stir up the dust. See all that insulation and stuff. This is just all real lightweight tin. All that metal you see in there is worth about a couple dollars, maybe. That's as bad as it gets right there. Big and lightweight, and goofy to mess with. That's not a bad little load. Well, I guess I can't call that a load, but that's a nice little grip. That's an official grip right there. Take that. See, the stupid part about what I do scrapping this metal is, you see this right here? And a lot of you probably know this, but I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that find this interesting. This right here is worth about half as much as all the metal you see in the Stumpster, and the Stumpster's packed full of it.
sounds ridiculous, but it's true. Hey, can I ask you a question? How did you get to be such a good dog? Huh? How did that happen? Come on, let's go say hi. Come on, come on. It's your friend. Oh, you're tough? You're not tough. You a nice dog. Who's a nice dog? Where you at, boy? Where you at? Right here. What are you doing? What are you doing? What do you think about that? Huh? That's exciting stuff.
Bed frame. Not gonna take that. I see shoes sticking out of that tote down there. I always want to check totes out when I see them. The likelihood of there being something in there is high. And I think this is gonna be a whole lot, but we'll see. If this is a couple of nice pairs of shoes, it's literally could be a day or two's salary just sitting right there, you know. Let's see what we're dealing with here. It's not a bad pair of Saucony's. Saucony is actually a good brand, I've learned. Quality is very similar to Nike's, in my opinion, at least the ones I've dealt with. A pair of Brahmas. Those are not very valuable for resale, but they're definitely curb worthy for somebody. Oh, look at that. I'd like to find another one of those. A couple nice candles. Looks like that Nike's gonna be the old one shoe syndrome. These bed frames sticking up. Scrapper might come along and want them. Only one Nike. Sorry. Oh, Saucony's are too big for me. Size 12. It's a nice pair of shoes. Those will clean up real nice. I was just a little damage to the toe. Whoops, dang it. That's alright though. Reusable for somebody. They're gonna have to be curb worthy though. Didn't see that right there. That's no good. That's too bad there. I guess there's no need to put those in my backpack. The next dumpster I come to, I'll just set them next to there. That's just a cheap pair. It's not work boots or nothing. It's just dress boots. Well, not dress boots, but yeah, look at that left toe on this. Both pairs of these shoes. Look at that. The left toes. Look at that. What do you think that's from? It's kind of weird. Come on, babe. those things are so close to being nice shoes. That's a bummer right there. Let me know in the comments what you guys think caused that. It's an odd looking deal. That's a pretty hard wear marks. Tip the left shoe on each one of those. I was gonna say like driving a clutch vehicle, but that wouldn't do that. It's hard to explain. I wouldn't be surprised if someone got a lot of use out of those though. Some fishing shoes or some shoes they can destroy on dirty projects and that sort of stuff. There's scrap all over the iron off a brake pad. Are female dogs supposed to lift their leg like that? I've been wondering that. She's marking her territory and lifting her leg. A little cord action. That's a nice chunky cord. Look at that thing. I wonder why it's all twisted up like that. It's weird. What is it? Huh? Watch out! Yahtzee! Bingo. Parcheesi? Looks like this thrift store got tired of people in their dumpster. These signs are all brand new. This is actually where I found those 2 gold rings laying in the dirt down there. I'll put the link to that video down in the description if you want to check it out. It's actually quite good. There's a dumpster over there, like 20 yards from a scrapyard fence, where I just pulled out big gobs and gobs of insulated copper wire and circuit boards and all kinds of stuff. It's actually a very good video if you want to have a look at it. This is the dumpster where I found those 13 oxygen breathing machines. It was at nighttime. You can look at it here in a day. I'll put the link to that down in the description as well. That's also not too shabby. That's just, you know, it's gonna be scrap metal, but hey, look at that. There's more of those oxygen machines in there. Look at that. 1, 2, 3. 3 more. I see cords that belong to other ones as well. Oh, shoot, I was in a hurry to get up to an apartment complex. I really can't pass this up though. See, they cut all the cords off of them. They actually did me a favor, so I don't have to do it now. But this medical gear, you can't go around trying to reuse medical gear, so they destroy it. It actually needs to be destroyed. I mean, it's been well used. I can just look at that thing and tell how old and nasty it is. They've all been well used and had a long life. I can just tell by looking at them. Shoot. There's another one. 1, 2, 3, 4. At least 4 that I can see.
There's a nice piece of aluminum.
Five, six, at least 6 more of them. I got the cords to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cords, it looks like. Not exactly the thing I wanted to see while I'm walking my dog, but that's all right. I know where they're at. And this is Friday, and they're not going anywhere for at least a couple days, unless another scrapper comes along. That's probably fairly unlikely. Nice chunky cords though. It's a nice little score right there. If you could find that amount of money in every dumpster, you'd pretty much be wealthy. Money wealthy, anyways. As stupid as that sounds. But unfortunately, you're never gonna find that in every dumpster. So. Hey, they moved in a big industrial dude over there. What's going on there? Come on, babe. Let's go have a look. Oh boy. What are they gonna do here? Huh. Look, some of these signs got the word free on it. I wonder if all this stuff's for the taking. Just piles of stuff. Super chunky copy machine. That's all metal. It looks like they threw it out the door before the dumpster got here. I don't want to go taking stuff though. I don't know exactly what the deal is. This would be, oh, I didn't even see all this. Big chunky metal file cabinets. A bunch of them. Huh. Come on, babe. You don't want to go that way? Come on. Come on. This is that dumpster I was talking about with all the copper wires. Unfortunately, it's not like that today. Nothing. I thought it was kind of funny though, because that fence right there is literally the scrapyard grounds. I just don't think that that's just not common knowledge, you know, for the masses out there. You know, scrappers know about it, but for the masses of people, there's just, I just don't think, and I know I didn't know before I started doing this, is how much a big gobs of that copper wire is really worth. You know, I might have pulled, oh shit, I don't remember how much it all might have weighed, but I might have pulled, you know, at least $50 out of that dumpster, and it's literally, you know, 40 steps away from the scrapyard. I mean, the entrance is up there, of course, but I mean, it's just literally literally next to a scrapyard, and just throw $50 into the dumpster. And I just don't think people know. There's just not that common knowledge in society. You know, like you think about recycling and making money, everyone out there is going to think immediately of the deposits on pop cans and pop bottles. And that's really all that's common knowledge, you know. If we put a 5-cent refund and 10-cent refunds and 50-cent refunds on electrical cords and stuff like that, it would just be a totally different story, you know. Like on the back of stereos, you know, 5 cents a pound, or the back of tin items, stoves and fridges and big pieces of tin, you know, 5 cent a pound refund. You know, then everybody would know about it, you know. I guarantee you, if you put a 50-cent deposit refund mark on extension cords and electrical cords and insulated copper, I absolutely guarantee you everybody would know about it. Like where I live, just a small 1 pound extension cord is worth about 50 pop cans, 40 pop cans or so. You know, think about it in those terms. A 1 pound extension cord, electrical wire copper extension cord, is worth about 40 pop cans where I live. Chunks of steel. Steel blade. That's gonna be more trouble than it's worth for me. Set it there so I might see it. Whew. You find a house? All right. Probably too dark to see. I suppose there might be enough light. Let's see. Yeah, you can probably see that. The GoPro's pretty good until it gets dark. I mean, it's almost dark, but as long as the sky's light, I noticed the GoPro does really good in dim lights. Look at that. Nice light fixture. Oh, that thing's in there really tight. Nice size transformers in those dudes. I thought, a little bit anyway. Oh, those lights in there are tough. I got my eyes closed when I do this. Those things will explode on you, so. I just able to do that because I just know what I'm doing. I really don't know any other way to say it. I have my eyes closed. That's definitely not the way I recommend anyone out there to do that. I suppose I probably shouldn't maybe show stuff like that, but I'm not really into dilly-dallying around. It's nice little chunks of aluminum, really.
How did you get to be such a good dog? Huh? Huh? You're just a perfect dog, Have. Yeah. Good dog. Good dog. So, oh, excuse me. I guess that's gonna be have to carry that one. I guess I'll just carry both those. That's a nice piece of aluminum right there. Don't want to forget my hat. That's not a bad way to end, I suppose. The transformer's in there. Looks like about a 10-pounder, 12-pounder. That's real chunky also. That's a real old transformer, it looks like. I don't know if you can see down in there. It looks like it's got an extremely high amount of copper. I could be wrong. I have to take it out of there and look. Whew. Well, we got some nice scores anyways. And I know we're about 5 or 6, what was it, 6 of those oxygen breathing machines. I don't know where those are at. So, all in all, that was a pretty profitable little dog walk. Thanks for watching.